Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're covering the anime series Chivalry of a Failed Knight.
It's based on the light novel of the same name, following Ikki Kurogane as he defies the odds that everyone thinks he can't do what he can do. Now,
right.
Ikki is the lowest of the low at his academy, like the regular Magic High School.
Right.
But while others have magical power and are high ranking, he is the only low ranker, a rank F. But they are sadly mistaken.
Right. And before we get into that, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
Absolutely. First thing I want to say, if you've ever seen this anime, or if you've ever seen pictures, and it looks familiar to you, that's because it is. The outfits and the vibe and the pictures and the look and everything, they definitely were inspired by a regular Magic High School.
Right. And yeah, you can see it in everything. This one almost seems like a humorous take on it, because the regular is very, very serious. It doesn't play around really, and doesn't have a lot of comedy in it. Here, this one, 90% of it is comedy.
Until you get to the last two episodes, and then it's like, man, this took a turn, and you're sweating, and how's this going to turn out? And for once, you really can't figure out how the anime is going to end.
Right, because it's considered as a fantasy, action, comedy, romance, and the action, there is a lot of action in there. Usually when they do these duels at the school, and you have to sign waivers before you do the duels, which is very concerning.
Meaning you waive your right. If you get killed, you're on your own, and so are your parents.
It's like, oh my gosh, what kind of high school is this? Like Dr. Stone.
So Ikki is a real interesting character. Yes, he looks like Shibuya. Absolutely he does, the lead character in regular Magic High School. But he's a really likable character from the very beginning. As soon as he's introduced, you really, really like him. And even without knowing his backstory, which you don't find out until more episodes in, you just like this guy. And then he ends up being roommates with, her last name is Princess Vermilion.
Stella.
Yes, Princess Vermilion. She's a redhead, and her hair matches her name. And yes, one's a boy and one's a girl. They end up being roommates. And this is one of Rascal's favorite parts, when she tells him the rules for rooming with her. And what are the rules?
They said, you cannot look at me, you cannot speak to me, you cannot be in the same room. Oh, this time it said, can I at least breathe? No! So I can't even be, so you say, I can't even be in the room, you can sleep outside. It's like, what the hell? It's like, yeah, and then how it starts off is like this action, a little bit of drama, so everything's gonna be serious, and then that part happens, and then it goes like Bleach, and everything's like,
and as soon as they're introduced, Rascal said, okay, there are odds they're gonna end up being shipped. I was like, but she's a princess, and he's a commoner. But he's actually not a commoner. He comes from a family that's a long line of, not samurai, but
something like a samurai, because it seems like swordsmanship is a big thing in this show, because it's like knights, and they still have princesses, and the thing that happens in medieval times is still happening in modern day. So literally modern day knights.
They're blazers. They're blazers and heroes. So he comes from a long line of blazers and heroes. Yes, right. Absolutely. And for some reason, because he wasn't born, they felt gifted like the rest of the family was. He was ostracized by everyone but his shady sister. And she's the only one who supported him and believed in him and said she would never, desert him or leave him. So he gets into this school without any help from his family or his dad, who is voiced by David Matranga, who here is evil Shoto. I was like, I don't like this role, David. Well, I'm glad you got paid, but I don't like evil Shoto.
Oh my God.
We gotta hurry up and get out of this. I can't have Shoto being this evil.
Well, he only did voices for like, what, two episodes?
Thank
so
goodness.
That
it was like, I don't like this. But he gets into the school, and one of the professors actually helps him because she knows that he has promise. He shows promise. Mm-hmm. And she had to find a way to get him in, because all the regular ways that students get in, the qualifications, they said no. So she found an exemption, or an exception, I should say. Mm-hmm. And it's really fun watching, first of all, the play between Ikki and Princess Vermilion, aka Stella, because she is just so high-strung. She's beautiful, high-strung, and crazy as hell. And of course he falls for her. And what's really hilarious is she's got this, I'm a princess, blah, blah, blah. And she immediately falls for Ikki when he beats her ass in a showdown. And you think he's going to be the failed knight, but it ends up being her.
Right.
And she has to serve him. That's the bet they made.
Yeah.
She have to serve him. Be a servant.
Right, right. But just in the terms of, like, not that, like, you're thinking, like, something wrong or anything. It's just...
No, just like a servant.
Yeah, right. That's it.
You know, clean his room, do his clothes, those sorts of things.
Right, that's it. So it's, but we'll say they do have lots of fan service throughout the show, and a lot of times they actually play it
hilarious.
Yeah,
it's actually hilarious fan service
because
like,
they're not even
really doing this
because they're not comfortable with their own fan service. It's, I think that's the joke. Is like you're thinking this thing's happening and they're into it. They're like uncomfortable every time it happens. They're like, please stop it. It's almost like Fire Force. Like, who is doing this?
Right. And the great thing is, at the end, you'll find out how that plays out. So, we don't want to ruin too much if you haven't seen this because it's a great story. Let's go to his sister. Ikki's crazy sister, Shizuku. And Shizuku has,
Let's see. The best I can say is she cares
it's
about
like
her
someone
brother.
wrote a fan fiction, and Ikki and Shizuki were the main characters.
Yes. Like I say, she really cares about her brother a lot. I think she likes him just a little too much.
Yes, like when they first bring her onto the scene and she goes, oh, I miss you, I haven't seen you in years. And she goes and does a full-on kiss, opens her mouth, and he just stands there, son, and they're like, whoa, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Yeah. That's your brother!
And that was like the worst reaction.
She's like, what's wrong with me doing? I was like, bam, 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 bam.
Like, not like that. And then you always still the only one that said, what's wrong with you? It's your brother. What the heck? she was always the one. It was like Psyche K, where Psyche can always see the human radar. She was like another human radar. Like, why are you people doing this? This is wrong. Stop doing this. Stop acting like this. Stop being inappropriate.
But later on, she calms down considerably. Thank goodness, cause man. And the story ends up in some ways being formulaic, but in other ways it's not. But again, as a whole, this anime is really fun to watch, interesting. It's got a lot of action, very interesting battle scenes where the students are doing challenges with that waiver in case they die. And a lot of times you think it's going to go one way and it goes another way. Right. And that really was the greatest thing about this, besides the ongoing development between Ikki and Stella, is the battles.
Right.
I mean, they were fantastic. Again, very reminiscent of the Irregular. And if you haven't seen this anime, this is one you really have got to find. The actual manga series is 17 volumes, so it looks like they really probably didn't include a lot that were in the books.
Right.
But we don't know the difference because we haven't read them yet. And from what we've seen, we love it. So hopefully it won't be a case of we read the books and go, well, why didn't you put all this stuff in? Right. Where is everything at? We're just going to try to appreciate the anime for what it is and the manga for what it is.
Right. Oh, and 3 voice actors we need to give shout out to. We already said David Matranga, of course. Lucy Christian does the voice of Stella.
Yes.
And then you have Blake Shepard, aka...
Oh my gosh, Soma! Oh my gosh, it was funny, his role that he did in here. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, the Blake Shepard.
Someone you can hear.
Right, and he did the voice of a pretty crazy person, I'll just say that. Because he was kind of psycho, and I think it was hilarious because of how nice Soma is, and then you get to this character and it's the complete opposite.
And in this anime, Ikki was the Soma. He had that kind of attitude no matter what happened. He was like the Soma of the show.
Right, because they were like, it's like, what's wrong with you? Just insulted you. Are you stupid?
So if you've seen Chivalry of a Failed Knight, let us know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't, again, you need to search it out and watch it. It is a lot of fun. Yes, there's fan service, but it's really done tongue-in-cheek, I should say, and it's a lot of fun, and it does not distract or detract from the show itself. For you guys that like it, you'll love it. And also the end credits is all fan service. It's all the girls,
is like,
the whole thing at the end. So, you know, after the first time, we just kept skipping the end. But the opening credits are really good.
Right. Oh, and be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Oscar Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting, flashing lights, trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you wanna do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. Hit her in my dreams, she was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket, give it to you later on.